Hello! Greetings to my subscriber and to my students who are following me for a tutorial in elementary mathematics. Most likely grade 4 or grade 3, grade 5, and grade 6. Okay, so our lesson for today, the tutorial for today is subtracting decimal numbers. We are done with adding decimal numbers. So take note and remember that in adding decimal numbers, the very important thing to do is to align the decimal points. The same with subtracting decimal numbers. Pareho lang yon. When we subtract decimal numbers, the very important thing to follow also is to align the decimal points. And then you can simply subtract the digits once the decimal point is already aligned. So I have here 4 examples. So let's proceed with our first example. Number 1, Mr. Cancio has 945 and 70 centavos in his pocket. When he ate in a restaurant, his bill was 276 pesos and 95 centavos. How much money was left to him? Okay, so the word left, left to him here tells us that we are going to subtract. So what are we going to subtract? The 945 and 70 centavos. So 945 and 70 centavos. Take note of the decimal point here and then minus the decimal point here. This is 6, this is 9, and this is 5. Okay, and then this is the place where 7 should be placed, and this is the 2 here. So we can now subtract, right? So align na sila. So start from the right side, just like how we subtract in whole numbers, ganun pa rin sa decimal numbers. So 0 minus 5 cannot be. So we will borrow from 7. 7 becomes 6. And then this 0 will become 10. 10 minus 5 equals 5. Then 6 minus 9 cannot be also. So we will borrow from 5 here. 5 becomes 4. And 6 becomes 16. 16 minus 9 equals 7. Okay, so 4 minus 6 cannot be also. So we will borrow from this 4 here. This becomes 3, and this 4 here becomes 14. 14 minus 6 equals 8. And then 3 minus 7 cannot be. We will also borrow from this digit here, which is 9. 9 becomes 8, and the 3 here becomes 13. 13 minus 7 equals 6. Okay, so 8 minus 2 equals 6 also. So that's our answer. Okay, so again, review. 10 minus 5 equals 5. 16 minus 9 equals 7. 14 minus 6 equals 8. 13 minus 7 equals 6. 8 minus 2 equals 6. Okay, this is correct. Okay, so this is now our answer. What is left to Mr. Cancio is 668 pesos and 75 centavos. So that's the important thing that we will do to subtract decimals, is to align the decimal point. Okay, so for example number 2, find the difference of 72 and 50 hundredths and 29 and 75 hundredths. Again, align the decimal points. We have here 72 and 50 hundredths. Okay, and then we also have 29 and 75 hundredths. Again, this is the decimal point. That is subtraction because of the word difference, the answer to subtraction. So 0 minus 5 cannot be. Again, we will borrow. This becomes 4 and this becomes 10. 10 minus 5 equals 5. 4 minus 7 cannot be. We will borrow from this digit. This becomes 1 and this becomes 14. 14 minus 7 equals 7. 1 minus 9 cannot be, so we will borrow from 7. This becomes 6 and this will become 11. 11 minus 9 equals 2. Then 6 minus 2 equals 4. So this is now our answer. Easy, right? It's easy. Okay. How about our third example here? Our third example is find the difference of 15 and 7 and 751 thousandths. Okay. So our minuend here is a whole number and our subtrahend is a decimal number. Okay, so 15. Okay, do you know that 15 as a whole number is also can be a decimal number also? It happens that our decimal here is invisible. It's here, right? Just like 15 here is the same as 15.0. So that's 15. So we also have a decimal for that. Although it is invisible in this case, but it has actually a decimal point, which is after the 5. So 15 minus 7 and 751 thousandths. Okay, so in this place here, it has no digit here. So we can put 0 here para ma-align talaga siya. We can also put a 0 here. We can also put a 0 here. Pero pwede rin namang wala. Okay, so lagyan na lang natin so that you will not be confused or it will not be misplaced or displaced. Okay, so 0 minus 1 cannot be borrow from here which has nothing, borrow from here which has nothing. So this becomes, ito na pwedeng magpa-borrow sa kanya. This becomes 4 and this becomes 10. Okay, so this can already borrow from here because it has already a value. So 10 here becomes 9 and this becomes 10. And so this also can borrow from here because it has already a value which is 10. So this becomes 9 and this becomes 10. So we can now proceed and we can already subtract. 10 minus 1 equals 9. 9 minus 5 equals 4. Then 9 minus 7 equals 2. And then bring down the decimal point which is here. And then 4 minus 7 cannot be. So we will borrow from the 1 here. 1 becomes 0 and then the 4 becomes 14. Okay, so 14 minus 7 equals 7. So this is our answer now. We have an answer. It's easy, right? Okay, for our last example, what is the difference of 86 and 35 hundredths and 58 and 359 thousandths? Difference. So, meaning we have to subtract again. So, 86 and 35 hundredths minus 58. Again, the alignment of the decimal is very important. 3, 5, 9. Okay, so proceed to subtraction now. So this is the alignment, decimal, 3 and 3, 5 and 5. So para may kahilera yung 9, we can put 0 here. So proceed. 0 minus 9 cannot be. We will borrow from 5. 5 becomes 4. And then the 0 here becomes 10. 10 minus 9 equals 1. 4 minus 5 cannot be. So we will borrow from 3. 3 becomes 2 and 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 5 equals 9. 2 minus 3 cannot be again. So we will borrow from 6. 6 here becomes 5. And 2 here becomes 12. 12 minus 3 equals 9. Bring down the decimal point. 5 minus 8 cannot be. So we will borrow from 8. 8 here becomes 7. And 5 becomes 15. 15 minus 8 equals 7. And then 7 minus 5 equals 2. So we have now the answer. The answer is 27 and 991 thousandths. That's it. That's how we subtract decimal numbers. Okay.